Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Season has ended, so and it's been a few days, so I just decided I'm just gonna make a video, basically just giving a end of season review, just give my opinion for the end of the season. And yeah, let's get into a look. I mean, first thing, the first place to start is let's talk about last season of the season where we finished second where we challenged for the league for the first season. I remember when the season ended, it ended in a very sour way. Of course, we were first for 90% of the time, and then we bottled it. The truth is, we bottled it near the end of the season. And of course, when you look at it, we capitulated really. And, but the thing was, it was the first time we were competing for the league. So even though we did end in such a bad way, there was always that hope that that this team could go ahead and improve with just some few additions to the team. So there was always that hope at the end of last season, and when he carried on to pre-season, for some reason, the transfer window was looking good. We signed Declan Rice, we signed Jurgen Timber. Of course, the Kai Havertz signing at the time was questionable. Not every fan was happy with it. Of course, now in hindsight, it looks like it was a decent signing, a good signing. But when you look at the transfer window, bar Kai Havertz at the time, it looked like a really good summer window. It looked like Arsenal really improved. We got rid of a few players as well, but it looked good, and I think there was a lot of optimism. And when pre-season started as well, I was thinking to myself, there were some games where we played okay, and there were some games where we played bad. Of course, the most notable one is when we lost to Man United pre-season, and I think I really didn't at the time. I was a bit angry, but after a few days, I was thinking, it's just a friendly. There's nothing to get angry. But for some reason, the pre-season form really carried on to the start of this season. We were playing really poor. We were getting the results, but we were playing really poor. And I think we looked at it two ways. Either the first one, of course, was we're still winning games. And we haven't clicked in. So what happens when we do start clicking in, which of course we saw at the start of 2024, which we're going to get into. But, there's always that thought. And then, of course, you saw a bit of a transition. We went from this, this proper attacking side to more of a controlled side. I don't know if that was done on intentional, or maybe it's just the players' mentality changed. And we became a bit more reserved, or we just weren't clicking at the start of the season. Who knows what it was, but all we know was that we weren't the same team that we were last season. We were a bit more reserved. Now, I don't know what it could have been at the start of the season. Was it tactics? Was it on purpose to to avoid burning out? We don't know what it could be, but the start of the season, we were that side. We were a bit nervous, but the thing is, we were still winning games and we were still first. But the thing is, it looked like this whole time from last season, we were comparing ourselves to, Man City, where Man City clicking in the perfect time, and we were thinking to ourselves, maybe, this season we are going to click in at the right time, which we did. But unfortunately, it was the start of the season which really cost us. Now, I think that's the one thing we need to prove, and we're going to get into it. But, when you look into the season, when we look back to everything and where it went wrong, I'm not going to look at I've been seeing a lot of people talk about that Manchester City result where we drew to Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. I'm not going to look into that result. Yes, the Villa game is one of the best results to look at, which for me, I think is the best result to look at. But then you also have to look at one of the main games I look at is when we drew to Fulham at home when they were down to 10 men. I think that was a criminal result. I don't care if it was at the start of the season. For you to draw to 10 men Fulham at the start of the season was an absolute joke. And I think results like that is what cost us. Because when you look at it, for a lot of the seasons, every time we go up against a big six team, home or away, if it was away, guaranteed loss. Before Mikel Arteta, every time we went away to a big six team, guaranteed loss. There was not even point of us showing up there. We were getting hammered left, right, centre. Manchester City, Anfield, Chelsea, Man United. We were getting hammered every time we went to a big six away. And one thing about Mikel Arteta, you have to give big credit to him, is that he changed that record. We are unbeaten against the top six team, and for the first time, it wasn't the top six teams that cost us. It was the bottom flipping 14 teams that cost us for the first time. But yeah, and everything changed though. But the main thing, actually, before everything changed, it was that December defeat, back-to-back December defeats. I remember when we lost those two games, it was the Fulham away and West Ham away. And I think when we lost to Fulham away, I was thinking to myself that this is it. Liverpool just came first, and the way we were playing, I don't see us winning the league title. Because at that time, I think the only thing that was on every Arsenal fans' mind was win the league title. Yes, we competed, but this season with a bit more experience, we are expected to go win that league title. And I think when we lost those 2 games, there was a lot of doubt, and I doubted the thing. I was thinking to myself, we're probably now going to finish third, because I was just thinking to myself, the way Liverpool are playing with Jurgen Klopp leaving, I don't see them dropping points. And I think when you look at it, was those type of games that really did cost us. But up comes 2024, we go on that Dubai break, and the team comes like a brand new team. I think we went on like a 7-game winning streak, destroying teams, emptying teams at half time. It really looked like we were going for it, and it looked like we were in the rhythm again. But when you are playing against Manchester City, when you are in a tie race against Manchester City, you cannot let your foot off the gas, and unfortunately we did. That loss against Aston Villa is a loss that will haunt us. Yes, a lot of fans are going to look at Tottenham, and Tottenham couldn't beat Manchester City, which is, let's be honest, you can't rely on Tottenham. Tottenham are absolutely shit. I don't know why we relied on Tottenham. They are shit. And yeah, unfortunately, it was the Aston Villa result that cost us. And you know what is, when you are going up against a Manchester City team, against Pep Guardiola, one of the best managers in the world, or the best manager in the world, the margins are so small, and unfortunately we just couldn't do it this year. That's what it was. It was just that one loss against Aston Villa is what took our hands off the title. Because let's be honest, up to the Aston Villa game, it was in our hands. Liverpool just lost to Palace. We win our game, we go top of the league, and most likely we can go win the league. But Aston Villa, I don't know what it was. I'm just looking at the Aston Villa game now. I'm thinking about it now. Played so well in that first half. Let's talk about something. That Aston Villa game, I've seen a lot of people talk about why did Havertz come back into midfield, and why did Jesus start front. Now, if you remember the Aston Villa game, you'd remember we played Bayern Munich the week before, and when we played Bayern Munich, we were losing 2-1, and Jesus came on and changed the game. And I think Mikel Arteta was right to reward Jesus with a start, because when he came on and changed the game, when you come on as a sub and you change the game, you deserve to start the next game. Like, you just deserve it. It doesn't matter if you're not playing regular 11. If you come on and change the game as a sub, you deserve to start the next game. That's how you build up competition. Why should any player play well off the bench and not get a start the next game? I think Arteta was right to give Jesus a chance to start against Aston Villa. And it's not because of Jesus we lost, it's because of the whole team. First half we played so well, we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And second half, I don't know what the tactic was, but we seemed to get dominated in the midfield. And I think that's one weakness we saw in this Arsenal side, where if teams hit up a good middle block and really pack out that middle area of the pitch, we can be got at. I think on the counter we can be got at when teams are packing out that middle, because we're going to commit more men forward, and of course that's going to leave more space behind. But yeah, that's what really cost us. I think the most disappointing thing to this season is that it's another season without a trophy, another trophy won. Now, when I look at the trophies that, the games we've lost, firstly, we lost to West Ham away in the Carabao Cup. That game, the only people I blame is the players, because when you look at the team, those second string team players got a chance to prove themselves, and they let themselves down. Okay, that's what the truth is. Liverpool away, Liverpool in the FA Cup, we played really well, but unfortunately we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and that has been a story with Arsenal a lot of this season. We cannot sometimes put the ball in the back of the net, and it will always bring up the discussion: what do we do? Do we need to sign a striker? Of course, that's going to be for another video. I do think Arsenal need a striker. I think a lot of Arsenal fans know that we need a striker. But of course, that brings up the question of what happens to Kai Havertz when he's played well up front. Can you just get rid of Kai Havertz? Because Kai Havertz is clearly not a midfielder. So where does that leave Kai Havertz? That's all questions for Arteta to think about. It's not for us. But yeah, man. Like I said, now the question is going to be, when is our time? For me, look, despite us not winning the league, I'm proud of the team. I know a lot of people might look at saying bottle jobs and whatever, disappointment. It's a disappointing season because we didn't win anything. But when you put into context, before, if you ask any Arsenal fan the last 4 years, would you like to compete? Just compete. I am sure 100% Arsenal fans would have taken that choice. Every single fan, if you're not winning the league, you would want to compete. Yes, the objective is to win the league, but if you're not able to win the league, at least compete. Because I can't stay here being angry saying, oh, we're bored, even though I did in some videos. But what is that? I'm proud of the team. Yes, we didn't win any trophies, but look, this is what I've been waiting for Arsenal to finally go back to the top. We may not have won it this season, but I'm sure our time will come soon. The way we are looking, the only way is we're looking up right now. Maybe I'm gonna get clipped and look like an idiot next season, but the way we are looking right now, we are looking up. Of course, there are still some things to improve on, and I'm sure the team are gonna do that. I'm sure the manager knows that. Even the manager knows. He said a very important thing at the end of the what do you call it, the trophy, the end of the season, lap of honor. He said, don't be satisfied, be hungry, the team wants more. And I think that was a big thing, because a lot of managers there could have just said, when you are competing against Pep Guardiola, they could have said a political statement and just, we're trying. But he said, don't be satisfied. And one thing about Arteta is, I think he knows what it takes. He may not have it now, but he knows what it takes. He's been with Pep Guardiola winning the Premier League. He knows what it takes. And I'm confident that he is a manager who knows what it takes. He said in lots of press conferences that he wants to win. He doesn't just want to compete. Of course, words are one thing, actions is another. But I'm confident this manager, Arteta, knows what it is. He knows what he wants. He knows that we are trying to win things again. And I'm sure our time will come. Maybe not I know he hasn't come in the last 2 seasons, but I'm confident and I'm 100% sure the way we are heading, we are going to improve and our time will come. I'm 100% certain of it. So to all Arsenal fans, if you are nervous, don't worry, our time will come soon. There will be a day where we lift that Premier League trophy. And it wasn't this season, but I'm 100% sure it will come. And I'm sure we will win it before Pep Guardiola leaves, because that would be one of the best things. But yeah, for now, another thing, let's give some shouts to the big players that stepped up in the last few games. Last season, we didn't have that many players stepping up. We had Martinelli stepping up, and we didn't have that many. Odegaard maybe here and there. But, in the last final games, you have to remember the players that stepped up. And for me, that was Kai Havertz. A big player stepped up. And who would have thought it would be Kai Havertz that stepped up? But Kai Havertz stepped up near the end of the season, and that's when it really does matter. Unfortunately, we didn't win the league, so he has nothing to show for it. But, let's remember what he's done for the last few games. He has stepped up. Big games, big goals, big assists. And that's what it comes down to. In those big games, you need big players to step up. And Kai Havertz did that this season. Unfortunately, couldn't win anything, but I'm sure he will be rewarded very soon. But yeah, guys, apart from that, thank you for watching my videos. That's been the end of the season. No more match previews, no more match reactions for a while, so I'll do a few transfers or maybe a few Euro videos. But of course, with Arsenal, there's always things in relation to Arsenal that you can talk about. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a decent season. It's been a great season. Thank you for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, and I will catch you hopefully in a new video soon, maybe another transfer video. But yeah, guys, apart from that, ignore what the rival fans say. I'm sure they would love to be in our position, apart from Manchester City, but the rest would like to be in our position. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys soon.